They got the Louis Vuitton Heelys.
Okay, can we start now?
We've been started. We've been saying all this for the podcast.
Okay, podcast. Yeah.
Sponsored by Heelys.
So there was stuff to talk about this week.
Yes.
Before we start, top of the morning. Top of the morning.
Let's get this shit.
Let's get this shit like Heelys.
Oh God.
Show of hands, who here now owns a pair of Heelys? Show of hands, who doesn't own a pair of Heelys? I see Zach raising his hand.
I'm just nodding my head in disappointment.
Okay. All right, I'm done.
All right. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff that was announced. Some games that came out, none of which I think any of us care about.
Speak for yourself.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, wait, I forgot. You did get WarioWare. I meant like all the other games that came out this like literally 2 days ago. You know, Life is Strange, Tales of Arise. There's like one or two other games that came out. Oh wait, The Medium came out. That was last week. Was it? I don't remember.
I believe it was last week.
Yeah, it was last week.
It was the beginning of the month. I bereave.
Mid.
Yeah, a lot of games that are just kind of, whatever, I guess.
A lot of games that you had to be like a fan of to actually care of it.
Yeah, like Tom, NBA 2K22 came out. So yeah, a lot of games had come out. Are you planning? Is anyone planning on buying any? I mean, Tom, I know you're gonna get, or you already have WarioWare.
So just waiting at my parents' house.
And what are you most excited about?
I mean, this is gonna be my first WarioWare game, so I just kind of wanna. I feel like it's just gonna be a game I play when I want to sit down and relax, or it's like a fun party game. So if for some god awful reason people actually come over to this place, it'll be something to do.
Well, WarioWare.
Sure.
Yeah, plus WarioWare just has a lot of personality to it. I think it's fun.
It's a great drinking game.
Yes, I can pull hairs out of people's noses. I can squirt it a toothpaste. I cook it a meatball, you know?
Yes.
What he said. He said nice.
Yeah. I mean, I was initially interested in Tales of Arise, but then I played the demo.
You could say the same thing about Neo, The World Ends With.
Only this game just seemed really cringe in general without like the cringe that makes it funny. It was more just like that upbeat, cheery anime kind of cringe. And I don't know, like the art style and the direction of everything made it seem like it'd be not that. And I don't know, plus the battle chatter shit gives me Xenoblade 2 vibes, and I don't fuck with that. So yeah.
Just admit it, Zach. It's your favorite game of all time.
Sure. I don't know. What do you guys want to talk about first? Because there's a lot of interesting stuff to come out of the last few days.
What are we going to save for last is the big question.
I feel like we always save Nick All-Stars for last, so why don't we just talk about that first?
Dude, that's like the least important news this week, like out of anything.
Really? I feel like that's some of...
As opposed to Spider-Man 2, God of War Ragnarok, and Star Wars?
Yeah,
I think
Wolverine?
so. Yeah, I don't care
Wolverine done by Insomniac? So that means they've done Marvel games, right?
Yeah, I think Nickelodeon All-Stars is literally the most boring news of the week. And it's not boring news by any means. It's just their priorities.
So yeah, Nick All-Stars got a big gameplay blowout.
Jesus.
And a reveal just a couple days ago, with a lot of the mechanics being showcased and actual full matches between characters. And this game, it does remind me of Slap City, but more so than ever, it kind of just looks like Melee on crack.
Yeah, this is like the most willy-nilly version of a Melee game I could ever think of, dude. This is I don't know what they're doing or what drugs they're doing over there at whatever studio, Slap City Studio, because that's what I'm gonna call it from now on.
Phonic, I think.
Yeah, Slap City Studio. I don't know. That's what I'm gonna call it from now on. Yeah, dude, they're just kind of going balls to the wall. Like they're throwing shit at the wall, and then they're mixing it with competitive elements from Smash, and they're like, yeah, have fun.
Yeah, no, it definitely seems like they want this to be a really competitive game. Like they actually want this to be an esport game. Um, and that's really evident by all these like deep mechanics and intricacies they're adding that are not only separating it from Smash, but are also making it a lot deeper than what Smash Brothers is. Because Smash at the end of the day, what it's designed to be is a party game. It's not really designed to be a competitive game. Sure, Sakurai with Ultimate threw people a bone after he called Melee's wave dashing a mistake. He threw people a bone and he started introducing mechanics that would help competitive players, or that maybe catered toward a competitive audience a little more. But Smash is a game for everyone. It's not just supposed to be a competitive based game. But like everything about this game with Nick All-Stars is like, yeah, okay, they're really trying to cater at that hardcore competitive scene, because like there's so many things that are like omitted from this game that would really attract a casual audience. And a lot of this game's like deep mechanics are going to make that skill gap between a more experienced player and a less experienced player like dramatic. Like, I don't know, there's no like item play, there's no like assist trophies. None of the stages really have hazards too, in terms of things that like hurt you. There's no like goofy mechanics or like just I mean goofy.
Wave dashing into SpongeBob Chicken Tom isn't goofy.
When I say goofy, I mean like in terms of random mechanics like tripping or like just the stuff that made Smash Brothers not competitive. Everything that's in this game in terms of the mechanics is designed to make it more competitive. And that's a really big distinction for this game, is that it's genuinely trying to be a competitive fighter. Like, and I think that's interesting for sure, and I want to see how it develops. But yeah, I mean, I like it so far. It's probably going to take some getting used to. That's for sure. And one of the things I did notice in one of the gameplay reveals too, it was like the second time I watched it, is the free-for-all was actually done on an Avatar stage, with Appa in the background. So that kind of just 110% confirms that. I mean, we already knew because he's on the box art that leaked, but now we know now. So yeah. Also, April O'Neil looks broken. And CatDog looks fucking crazy stupid too.
So I'm gonna say it, and I'm not gonna be happy that I'm gonna say it. I don't think this game's gonna even come close to killing Smash, like even a little bit.
Oh no!
I thought about it. I mean, the game being built to be competitive is cool and it's fun, and like I know it was more so a meme to say it was gonna kill Smash, but there's like a potential there. There's potential. There still is, but the fact that it's literally just either 1v1 or free for all. There's not really a lot of variance. All the stages are tournament legal, or at least it looks tournament legal. Like it looks like a serious platform fighter. A serious platform fighter. A competitive platform fighter.
With Nickelodeon characters.
You can wave dash into Chicken Taunt. You can wave dash. Yeah, I mean, honestly.
Yeah, I definitely feel like the package, based on what we've seen so far, is very bare bones too, and that the novelty of playing like a competitive Nickelodeon game will maybe run its course and fare to be a bit like really shallow by, or
it'll
not,
get stale real quick.
It'll get stale. Yeah, that's the best way to put it. But yeah.
IDK, they need to patch in some new modes. some extra shit that you can do on the side, a single player mode, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I feel like
I feel like them not having items is a giant miss for them. Like, you know how many Nicktoons items you could have thrown in there as like contacts?
The good burger.
Exactly.
Dude, imagine Stoop Kid as an assist trophy. Like, come on, man.
Imagine picking up a little toy Reptar and then dropping it like a Pokeball, and then like Reptar shows up and starts tearing things up.
God damn it, man. Like, I know we shit on, people who play Smash casual, or at least I don't know. I kind of do, because I don't know. I teeter the line between playing serious Smash and like trying to have fun. But like having it there is a lot better than not having it there, because it just adds variance and something new to do.
Yeah, no, it can make it a fun time with people who aren't so into a game like that. Like
it's the party aspect of the party game.
It's also, for a lot of people, the great equalizer too, right? Like you have things like amiibos or items that can help you just fend off that person who's really too good at the game in one way, or it helps equalize the playing field so everyone can have fun without feeling like they're getting stomped. And this is a game where it's like the best player is going to stomp everyone else. The guy who knows how to wave dash,
and that's no fun. That's not fun.
Yep.
Because sure, that promotes skill, that promotes getting better, but like, how are you gonna get better unless you fight level 9 CPU all day and you just learn CPU strats, and then you go online and you get absolutely stomped on a game that has rollback netcode, so you're not gonna have to worry as much about getting DC'd all the goddamn time. I don't know. I'm not sure. Like, once someone's good at the game, I'm not sure how people are gonna really rise to the top.
Yeah, I mean, the game, I don't know. It definitely seems like a prototype too. That's a big thing for me. It seems like this is their first venture or attempt into this. I definitely want to see it succeed, because if it does well, I feel like it's going to create grounds for them to maybe expand upon this and maybe a sequel, or with DLC or something that, beyond just characters, like adding in more things that people want, like having voice lines for the characters.
That's a huge miss. Yeah. That is a huge miss, my dude.
More variation in stages, more variations in modes, having more collectibles, items, or just anything that would make the game kind of like have a bit more fluff to it. Because right now it seems to be just like the skeleton of Smash, which is the raw mechanics. That's really what they're focusing on, but without having like the heart and soul, without having the things that really make Smash Brothers as special as it is at the end of the day. So yeah,
for a game that's kind of like, a shameless Smash ripoff. Like it's not like there's a lot of hiding it. It's not like this is a game that, not like Smash, we're different. We're Project M. Like that's what it's trying to fucking say. Like, it's a Smash ripoff, but it's Project M.
I mean, it's pretty much like, whereas like there's football, and then there's like streets. Where it's like Madden, like Madden and Streets. Madden is, it's the basis. It's still going. Streets was better, but with this, this Nicktoon games, it's definitely not going to do better than Smash. Smash is always going to be there. It would always be there.
Like,
can we play Smash Brothers? We have Smash Brothers at home. Smash Brothers at home.
Nickelodeon Brawl Stars. Brawl Stars. I don't know, man. I feel like this is just this game is getting released as Project M without having a basis for people to want a Project M. Or Project Plus, whatever the hell.
Well, I think there's a basis for it. This game can definitely find its own competitive niche.
Oh man, this is a new infrastructure. Sure, the game is based off a successful, successful blueprint. Blueprint was the word, or blueprint word of the day. Is based off a successful blueprint by a super successful franchise. But at the end of the day, this is still like a new IP. This shit got to spread wings, man. This shit
Yeah.
got to start somewhere. And
I mean,
if you're
it's
not going balls to the wall in the first game
so
and offering all you can, it's just like I don't know, you're alienating people from playing it.
I think the test of time will be. I know for certain that all the Smash Brothers players are going to play this for about 2 weeks at the very least.
I gave it a week.
2 weeks, I think they're going to play this, and then after 2 weeks, whether or not it has a consistent following will remain to be seen, and whether or not this is supported at tournament scenes and competitively by not only the developers or just by the community will have to be seen as well. Because that's one of the big things that Smash Brothers doesn't have, which leaves the market for platform fighters to be a lot more open, and that's that Nintendo doesn't really support their competitive scenes as well. I mean, they shut down Melee tournaments pretty much if they have mods in them. So, like...
Or if it's just a Melee tournament.
Or if it's just a Melee tournament too, yeah. So, like, this having a... this, sure, it can... I think it could go either way. I think it could either fizzle and die out if no one likes it, or if everyone likes it and it's really exciting for people, and it actually gains a competitive, a footing with a community. Like if big players enter tournaments with this, like big Smash players or big fighting game players enter tournaments in this game, then I think it's going to have some longevity. But if they don't, then it's probably just going to go kaput.
Yeah, but if I don't know, man. If the success of this game is based off whether or not professional Smash players are going to come play it and play it for a prolonged period of time, like IDK, man, IDK. So I feel like I'd want to see new faces. I feel like I'd want to see people who make the game itself.
Oh yeah, no, I would want to see new faces. I'm just saying that, like, that's going to be the starting point, right?
Right. Yeah, that's what I mean. That's like the benchmark.
Yeah. And it's because the competitive scene is the scene that will keep the game alive long after it comes out. Sure, maybe like there have been a lot of fighting games that come out and they're very successful out the get-go. But then what keeps them alive later on is the players that keep playing them months later. Like Guilty Gear Strive, that was really popular when it first dropped like a couple months ago. And now it's kind of fizzling out, but the competitive scene is keeping it alive because there are new characters coming out and they're all hyped for it. Dragon Ball FighterZ, that was a game that was really big on with casual people when it first came out. But it's kind of like, for a lot of casual people, it's just another Dragon Ball game, but for the competitive scene, it's something that keeps the game alive for a very long time. So just having that competitive, scene, those players who will continue to come back to the game and drive an audience with their unique personalities and their performances, discovering new things and moving the game forward, will determine whether or not this game gets developer support with patches, and will determine whether or not the studio or Nickelodeon thinks it'd be worth it to even make a sequel. So yeah, that's them's are my thoughts. I'm excited for it.
The greatest game ever created.
Okay. Next Smash Bros.
They did post a tweet of the game being like pre-orderable on the Microsoft Store, and on the Microsoft Store it lists the release date as October 5th. So everyone's pretty much like, yeah, you've confirmed that it's October 5th, but they haven't said it blatantly yet. But their Twitter linked when the pre-orders were live at the Microsoft Store, and the Microsoft Store said October 5th. So yeah, I don't know. It's probably October 5th. Woo, yeah, October 5th. You guys
have a game to play for Halloween.
You guys have any thoughts on the way the game looks in terms of like what characters you found were interesting? Or
it looks like Slap City. I don't know a better way to put it. The game looks like it plays like Slap City, and I know it was made by the Slap City guys, but it just looks like Slap City.
So I mean, like, one of the things I appreciate about the game is that a lot of the movesets of the characters are really well referenced, and some of the characters have really interesting moves, and like mechanically and hitbox wise, it's a bit different, you know, like, I mean, some characters you can pretty much just equate to mixtures of other characters from Smash. Like, April O'Neil has Snake's up B. April O'Neil is pretty much just Zero Suit Samus. In terms of the actual moveset, you know, like, Patrick has Bowser's side B. You know, like stuff like that that's easily transferable.
Is garbage.
Yeah, Patrick is also garbage. You know, like things that are easily transferable from one character in Smash to this character in this game. But for the most part, you know, there's a lot of cool, interesting mechanics that I appreciate. You know, like
yeah, like the rock paper scissors fucking aspect.
The strafing thing is pretty cool, especially when you look at it like with a character like Cat Dog, for example, where like Cat's moves on one side are different than Dog's moves on the other side. So
yeah, Dog looking hella swole, dude.
So you have to like base your moveset not only on, you know, your the attacks that are in your move pool, but the position of the character. So if Cat's facing the enemy, then you'll do a certain move, but if Dog is facing the enemy, you'll do a different move. So, you know, that's just something to keep in mind, you know.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know. What's your favorite character so far, guys?
Garfield.
Garfield is probably coming into the game.
I'm about to say, if Garfield's in the game, it's going to be Garfield because it's just Garfield.
I meant in terms of ones that we've seen and that have been shown.
Garfield.
Tyler, what's your favorite?
Okay.
I mean, Cat Dog looking kind of broken, but whoever was playing as April O'Neil was
schmoovin'. Absolutely schmoovin'.
It was tanning up. All I know for a fact is that Leonardo sucks.
I'm about to say the Ninja Turtles are about to be some mid.
I thought Leonardo would be like the Marth of the game, dude. Nah, he's trash.
More like the Muck of the game.
He's like the Link of the game, really.
Nah, he ain't got the projectiles like that though.
Even then, the projectiles would suck too, so it doesn't even matter. Because of the whole.
You can grab projectiles out of the air.
Exactly. Even if you are a projectile character, you're useless because you can grab projectiles.
Yep.
So what's the point?
Yep. Nick Brawl Stars. Yeah. Gonna be so much fun. Okay. I guess we could talk about the other things. So
yes, being specific.
Nice transition.
Wonderlands had a gameplay reveal trailer in the PlayStation
that shit look clean, son.
Right? Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That shit look clean, my guy.
So it automatically is better than Borderlands 3 because it has Torg in it. It's my thought.
It also, so I don't understand the thing where they're doing young Tiny Tina. That weirds me out, but also I'm fine with it. But yeah, Torg's in it, and Torg is like the second best character in all Borderlands. So yeah.
Wait, they are doing young Tiny Tina? I didn't even.
Yeah, you didn't watch the trailer?
I just didn't even realize it was young Tiny Tina.
Well, it was the young Tiny Tina character model and her voice. It sounded weird because it sounded like how Tiny Tina sounded in Borderlands 3, but pitched down. So it was just like, that sounds awkward. But yeah.
Yeah, that's probably...
excuse me, pitched up.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, considering they're continuing the whole Dungeons and Dragons thing from the Tiny Tina's Assault on Dragon Keep DLC and Borderlands 2, I could see this game being like a prequel for 3 and it just kind of taking place during between the events of Borderlands 2 and 3, you know, like, which probably would explain the difference in her voice and character model and stuff. Especially since it's going to be a fantasy thing, you know, it's not going to be a game set in the actual world of
I'm fine with it just being a spin-off. I'm fine with this game being a spin-off. Yeah. It's fine. I don't need it to connect the story. This game just looks really, really fun and really, really good.
Yeah.
And that's all I want.
It's going to be the Assault on Dragon's Keep DLC just turned into a full game. Yeah, it's going to be turned into a full video game.
Like, they showed crossbows. They show you have magic and shit. They showed fucking staffs. You essentially have Mjolnir as a fucking... dude, it looks so good. It looks so fun.
Yeah, it seems like they're doing almost like the right thing from what they did with with the pre-sequel, for example, where it was like the pre-sequel tried to be like, here's guns and here's also wacky movement, and that was like their gimmick on top of the guns. And this game is more like, here's a bunch of guns. That's what Borderlands is. Here's also magic and dragons and spell casting.
And
Have fun. Yeah, like
Yeah.
it's actually gameplay altering mechanics that will likely make your experience a lot more malleable than just, here's a character, here's a skill tree, go at it.
First off, having character customization,
Oh yeah.
huge. That's awesome. That's great. That's fun. That'll be fun.
Mm-hmm.
But on top of that, the Dungeons and Dragons thing, on top of the fact that they've done that before, it looks a lot more enjoyable than Here's the Moon. Like, it just looks more enjoyable.
Yeah,
like,
aesthetically the game is very, very colorful, and there's a lot of different environments and variation. I don't know. The one thing I'm looking forward to the most is just having another fucking co-op game to play, dude. All these co-op games that come out lately.
A co-op game that actually looks entertaining.
Man, to be fair, Borderlands 3 was entertaining. They just fucked it up.
Yeah, no. Borderlands 3 was probably the last really a great fun co-op game when we first played it. Right?
Yeah, that's what I mean. But then they mucked it up by adding nothing.
Yeah. Honestly, dude, if this game launches with one raid boss, it's already better than Borderlands 3. 110%.
That's all I'm saying. Borderlands 3 launched without a single raid boss. How do you do that in a Borderlands game? And I don't even care if this launches without a raid boss. Just give it as a free update later down the line.
You already know they're going to do a big fucking dragon or something.
That's fine. Just bring the dragons back from Tiny Tina's Assault. Just bring them back. Just have them be a secret side boss, secret raid boss. Bada bing, bada boom. It's fine if you reuse it. It's okay because this game looks fun. It looks enjoyable.
Yes.
He said yes.
I just want to see more about the classes and the class-specific shit and what that's going to do. I mean, I assume it's going to be shit like mage, archer, fucking, I don't know, bard, warrior, shit like that. But still, I want to see more of the details.
Mm-hmm. I'm hoping that you can, the one thing I want to see from the game more than anything is you open up and start the game by just rolling initiative. You just roll dice to see what your stats are. And if that's actually the video game and how it starts, that'd be amazing. So
that'd be fucking great, dude. Like, usually I'm not a fan of RNG, but that would just be fun. That would be great.
It would be just in the spirit of Borderlands and of the Dungeons and Dragons. So yeah.
Initiative, sucker.
Yes. So, okay, let's transition from Wonderlands now to the most important topic of the week. Dad bod Thor. Okay.
God damn it.
Okay, yeah. So at
thick boy, that's a thick ass boy.
There are a lot of gameplay reveals and trailers at the PlayStation event the other day. The biggest one, pretty much the biggest one, I would say. I mean, I don't know. I think we are all in agreement it's the biggest one. It's God of War Ragnarok, because it actually showed off so much of the game, in terms of its, what the game is going to play like, and what the story is going to feature.
I'm not too sure, because like when he was going by with the the dogs on the ice, that's just the same area except it's ice.
Yeah.
A lot of the places you went to before was the same, but with snow and ice. You got to see some new enemies, but people. But
I'm assuming that area too is probably just going to be at the beginning of the game, because from what I imagine is Ragnarok is going to take place or start taking place probably immediately after the events of
this one
God of
takes
War.
Place a few years after.
No,
yeah, it's like 3.
Yeah, no, I know he's grown up, and I know what's going to happen. I'm just saying that I feel like there's probably going to be a time skip. Like, I definitely feel like the game's going to start off in that scene where Kratos is standing outside with Thor there, and then from that scene, Kratos is going to get his ass beat and try to leave with the son, and then like years are going to pass by after they're hidden in like I don't know, the fucking the woods somewhere, and then they're
Or in the land of giants.
or the Light of Giants, and then they're gonna have to. I don't know. Fucking, I feel like Atreus is gonna do something stupid
Again.
and just like run off, and then he's gonna do. Then Chris is gonna be like, "Boy, you idiot."
See, it's different this time because he's an angsty teen. Now he's not just a boy, he's a boy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, at least from what they showed in the trailers, like so far they're going to go find Tyr, like the current. Oh, that. How do you say?
He's God.
That world's god of war.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what's gonna,
Yeah.
Atreus is gonna want to stop what happens. Kratos is like, don't get involved in the god shit. They're gonna get involved in it.
I mean,
they're gonna go find Tyr. Like,
Yeah.
That is literally everything that happened in the trailer. You were correct.
So what?
Like, looking at the trailer, it was like, okay, you showed the same place with snow and ice, and
They showed new places,
some new gods, and that mother from the previous game is trying to kill you.
Yeah.
Yes, Freya.
It's like, yeah, you showed the Ragnarok trailer. It wasn't really much.
I disagree heavily, dude.
We have heard nothing. We have heard nothing about that fucking game up until this point.
And
We just got
I feel like we know the entire plot. We've seen a ton of gameplay and new mechanics.
What do you mean the entire plot? They showed him finding Tyr. That means it's a whole other plot after. If that's going to be the entire plot,
no, I don't know. I don't mean by the plot. I don't mean every single beat and every single character and every single
you got a good chunk of what's happening.
What I mean is, I know what direction the story is going to go in now.
Dude.
Like, it's very obvious to me that it's going to be like a Atreus does something stupid story. Kratos follows him, and his son, in order to stop Ragnarok, is going to be convinced that he has to start war in order to keep it from happening, which is why they go to find the god of war for the Nordic mythology. Yeah. And then he realizes the only way to stop Ragnarok is to make my dad pissed off again, after Kratos had his whole, revelation as a father and calm the fuck down kind of thing.
Dude, and then on top of that, they showed a bunch of gameplay mechanics that they improved upon. They showed all the extra shit, the new fucking, like, new enemies, how much they expanded upon the fucking backbone that they already had. Tyler, I'm gonna say, you're on the pack right now. You need to calm the fuck down.
You're on the pack.
The whole story that they showed. It's like, okay, is this the story that they showed? All that. It's like, but the game's called Ragnarok. If anybody knows anything from Ragnarok, it's literally what they showed. Yeah, that kind of is going to happen. It's Ragnarok. You're finding the god of war, Tyr, and you're telling him to stop Ragnarok. Do you not know that Tyr was a part of Ragnarok, this Ragnarok war? Like, it's nothing new. Like, I knew this was going to happen at the end of the first game when they said God of War Ragnarok. Wow. It's like, it's nothing new. Like, new enemies. Okay, new enemies for you to go up and mash square at. Like, they changed a bunch of combat and stuff. Atreus has grown up. Cool, there's a little time skip, but I just don't feel like that they showed enough for there to be like a huge change. Like, oh my god, we've finally seen something. It's like, it's shit you already knew was going to happen.
Tyler, I have a question for you. When will your thirst ever be quenched, you frickin' frick?
When the game comes out and I can actually play it.
Yeah, good luck with that.
2029.
They haven't. Yeah, there's not even a release date or anything. But I mean,
just in 2022. That's all.
Like, the game's going to be phenomenal.
No doubt. Sure. Yeah, for sure.
It's just this trailer. It didn't show me anything I didn't already know. For some of the character reveals. Some of the character reveals. That was
so you tell me you knew Thor was gonna be fat as fuck? You didn't tell anybody. You didn't tell anybody.
I said except for the character reveals. That's the only thing I didn't see coming. Like,
to be fair, they hid Thor until Twitter.
Thor being a thick boy.
I'd say he ain't Thor. He's thick.
I mean, I would like to see how they changed. I keep forgetting her name. The mother,
Freya.
I would like how they changed her to actually hurt people now.
She
'Cause
did
that
try
was
to
her-
fucking
I,
kill
I
Kratos.
think she just wants to hurt Kratos.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she
but
is,
that's the
she
thing.
is
So it's like,
listed as like
is
the
her-
main antagonist.
It's like,
next
is her
to Thor.
curse
Yeah.
so that she can't hurt Norse gods or Norse people? Or is it she can't hurt anybody? If it's just Norse people, okay.
That would
that
make
makes
sense as to why she's only fucking up Kratos. Yeah,
But
right.
they didn't really explain that in the first game. Which I'm like in the first game I didn't really think much of it, but now she comes at him with a sword and breaks his shield, like at least puts a cut in his shield. That's like, I thought she couldn't. Or maybe Odin's just like, hey, this dude killed a bunch of gods. I'm gonna lift your curse so you can kill him. Like something like that.
Yeah.
I know there was like a few more worlds that you didn't go to in the first game that I'm looking forward to going to in this game. But I don't know if those places are covered in ice too.
Yeah, I have a very good feeling that this game is just going to be Kratos inadvertently pulling oopsies and causing Ragnarok. Like, no, I
He's
can
gonna
just
be the Atreus of this game.
no, I can just picture like Thor's like, "You piece of shit!" Like he's just a drunk fat ass walking like, "You killed my fucking brother, fuck you!" He like comes at him, and Kratos is like, "Buddy, please stop." He's holding this hammer. He's like, "Okay, we can work this out." And then he just smacks him, and then he just smacks you in the face, and then Kratos gets mad, and then he breaks his neck, and then he starts war again. And Odin gets even more mad.
It's already written that Kratos is supposed to die, and then Loki spits up the World Eater, and that's how Ragnarok starts. Actually.
I mean, shit, I want to see boys spit up the World Serpent. I'd be fine with that.
Yeah.
No homo, though.
Okay.
But yeah, it definitely we see what the game is actually looks like. It definitely looks like God of War 2018, but like super revamped. Like the game looks
4K,
gorgeous, dude. It
4K,
looks beautiful. It really does. Like this is what my brain remembers God of War 2018 looking like, but when I look back at it and I actually go to play it again, it's not gonna look anything like it.
Like this is the game I would buy a PS5 for. This is
Oh, 100%, yeah.
Yeah, if this was the PS5 launch,
rather than
Godfall,
dude,
it would have sold so well. Not
well,
sold
I mean,
so much more,
I don't know how much
available.
more. Oh my god, be sold out. But yeah, dude, absolutely. I mean, I haven't really cared up until this point, but like, I'd buy a PS5 for like that Horizon Zero Dawn and fucking Spider-Man
Horizon
and
Forbidden
shit.
West, Wolverine, Spider-Man,
Star Wars
2.
Knights of the Old Republic remake.
Let's talk about that. Yeah, so they're remaking Knights of the Old Republic on PS5 and PC.
Yeah.
And I have no faith in it.
It's fine.
See, no, that's what I was gonna say. It's like, y'all. It's like, if you're gonna do this, do it fucking right. But I know they're not going to. I just know they're not gonna.
So, the one thing that has me like, what is it? That has me optimistic is that this is being made and published by Sony. Like it's been announced that Sony is the like they got their own development studio to work on this. Which means that, and I have more faith in Sony than I have in EA.
Well, yeah, of course.
Right? Like and BioWare at this point too.
I just like, is it a remake or a remaster?
It's a remake.
I see, that's one of the big things for the original game was like the combat, like the way the combat was. I really hope they don't change it. Like, I hope they don't do what they did to Final Fantasy VII to this game. Like, story-wise, okay, there's not really much you could change the story-wise. Like, there's 2 games. And as you know, this beginning, end, whatever, the middle, side mission shit, changing of how people like you. But, like, the combat has to stay close or similar. to a certain way.
You see, if this was anyone who wasn't Sony publishing this, I would agree with you. I would worry about that. But honestly, Sony cares so much about just fan service for a lot of the things that they either remake or remaster or just re-release, that I totally just see them dropping this like as just enhanced, like where the combat's more fluid and the gameplay is expanded and the lore and the world is more expanded, but it's at the core the same kind of experience it was before. Because it's not like them to create their own vision and deviate from shit, especially since they don't have ownership over the original title. They're remaking this, taking it away from EA. So I feel like they would definitely want to appease the fans before anything else. So I think it's gonna be fine, personally. But
Yeah, but that character creation gotta be vivid.
Oh yeah, it's gotta be top tier.
Yeah, true.
I'm just happy.
See, once you take it out of EA's hands, that's where I start to get really, really excited.
Next they have to take fucking Dead Space out. I
really wish.
Pick one.
Dead Space or Knights of the Old Republic?
Dead Space.
Yeah, probably Dead Space.
I just don't know why they didn't remake the Old Republic.
Probably because it would be too much work.
Yeah, see, I mean, the reason they said they couldn't do is because like the whole cursor selecting things, moving a thing, it's too hard or it's too impossible. All I heard was a bunch of people talking instead of working. We want our Old Republic on console. Do it.
Well, now you get it.
No, that's Knights of the Old Republic. I want the Old Republic.
Oh, you want
the MMO.
Man, I think I'm good with Star Wars MMO, actually. I think I'm okay.
I mean, if this game is anything like Fallen Order,
it won't be because it's not being made by EA. Well, yeah, see, there you go.
Hey, but hold on, Force Unleashed?
Maybe.
Bro, if we get remakes or a new Force Unleashed game, it's over. It's actually fucking... And if it's made by Sony... Woo! Boy.
Nah, BioWare.
Listen, I'm just happy that with this, we're finally, after like almost a decade, getting a good Mass Effect game again. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to fucking say.
All it took was Sony.
All it took was Sony getting the rights to Knights of the Old Republic. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Geez, what else? I mean, Forspoken was announced and shown off.
The game looks
entertaining.
Right. It looks okay. I'm probably not going to get it day one. It's like the character models in it just...
I still don't know what the fuck is... Like, wasn't this supposed to be a tech demo? And it doesn't even really look... I don't know what's going on in that game. It doesn't really have me interested, honestly.
So it looks interesting, but not interesting enough for me to like throw down $60-$70 for it. Like,
for sure, yeah.
Like I gotta wait to see actual gameplay. Like not actual gameplay, like wait to see how it does after. But it also looks like one of those games that only a small following would actually pick up and play. Like it looks like it's got Marvel Avengers graphics.
Oh, sure.
But like a little smoother.
I mean, it is Square Enix, so I mean...
Kingdom Hearts 3.
They did... Square Enix made Avengers.
Listen, we don't talk about that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It looks like a video game for sure.
I don't know, man. Graphically, the game looks good, but I could really give less of a shit about it, honestly. I really could.
Speaking of games Tom can give a shit about, Tyler, what did you think of Ghostwire Tokyo?
Oh, Mitch.
Didn't care, not getting it.
Oh, got him.
It just... It doesn't look like my type of game. Like, I feel like that game's gonna have so many points where you're just like, this is boring as shit. It's like, oh, hey, yeah, I like anime. I like Tokyo. I like magic type thing. Oh, this is my game. Like, no. No, because I actually want
Bro.
shit. I actually want fun stuff in my game.
If I play another game that revolves around Shibuya, like another fucking video game that revolves around Shibuya, another one, I get it. Japan's cool and all, but let's cut the shit, man. Let's stop.
There are other places there.
There's literally anywhere else.
No.
So what you think about it, Zach?
I thought it looked pretty interesting. I want to see more gameplay, but you know, I like what they're putting down. I'm always down for weird psychological shit like that. So,
bro, you just shoot a bunch of Slenderman, dude.
Like every time I look at it, I'm just think of Lichdom Battle Mage, and that game was hot garbage. Like,
you're hot
so
garbage.
Zach, I heard that in the other room. I didn't hear it on Discord.
You talking shit over there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bruh.
You know what else was hot garbage? So in the PlayStation event, there was also a new trailer for Guardians of the Galaxy. And okay, listen, they already kind of had me sold initially, but this trailer, man, this trailer set me so far back. I was like, all right, I don't even know if I want this game anymore.
Okay, good. 'Cause I'm about to say
the jokes were boring, made no sense, and were stupid. And then like every single time something happened on screen, I was like, okay, it just seems really basic. Like, I don't know, man. Like, one of the jokes that Star-Lord made
about his heart attack.
No, not the heart attack one. Like, it was the like they're talking to the matriarch and they go,
the world mind.
There's the world mind. They're like, you have a 0.03% chance to succeed, and he goes, is that good? I don't think that sounds good. I'm like, okay, you're literally, this is the stupidest writing I've ever heard in my fucking life.
All the jokes in the trailer, it just felt like it was forced humor, or like humor in the point of like where there should be silence.
That's like,
or should have skipped over. They just said something.
Okay, I'm gonna drop a real ass bar on you right now. Okay, listen.
A real ass.
I was almost said something I shouldn't have said. I'm gonna drop a real ass bar on you right now. Okay, that's the type of shit that when I was 12 years old, I would write in a notebook after watching episodes of a sitcom, thinking this is the funniest shit ever. Because I pictured a fucking laughing backtrack in the background, and I thought, this is what people think is funny, right? Corny, stupid humor. No. And then you look back, and then you dig out that notebook from your drawer with your fucking porno mags and shit, and you look through it, and you're like, oh my god, this is the most cringe thing I've ever read in my life. I have to burn it. Like, that's literally...
No one can read this.
Yeah. Like, but somehow they turned that into writing for a video game. And that's what this Guardians of the Galaxy game is so far. Like, oh, gross. Nasty.
That's some patooey right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just watched the trailer. That shit was hella mid, bro.
Like, it looks like one of those games, like, am I gonna get it? Probably not. Am I gonna watch somebody play it? Probably not.
Like, the more I look at it, it just looks more like Avengers.
I mean, I definitely want to see what when gameplay comes out and people are actually playing through, and you know what the reviews come out to be like before I make a judgment, before I decide I want to pick it up. But right now, I mean, like, I really don't know. Like, the first couple of weeks they had me. I was like, okay, this seems really faithful. But now the more I see of it, the less excited I get, because I realize that they're not, like, it's not, my brain defaulted to, oh my God, it's like James Gunn.
Listen,
but
guys,
you know, they don't write like James Gunn. These people don't write like James Gunn. You're making it hard for me right now. Okay, Spider-Man 2, guys. Spider-Man 2 was announced. What about Spider-Man 2? What do you think?
It sounded like the person that was narrating it sounded like Craven.
Yeah,
so I think Craven's going to be in this game.
Yeah. So, like, I don't know, what like, who was it? Was it Dale or Devon, or was it you who sent the whole like? Oh yeah, it's going to be Venom versus Peter Parker and Miles Morales. Like I feel like Venom's gonna start off as like the anti-hero villain where they fight him a couple times, but eventually they're gonna team up. Like I don't think it's necessarily gonna be like everyone versus each other thing. Or are the two main characters fight Venom thing. It's gonna be more of a complex story than that. Because Venom's not always just the bad guy, right? Venom sometimes helps out whenever Venom can. So like
in the comics, Venom was never bad. He just wanted to beat Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Like he would go out of his way to save people when they were fighting, and then go back to beating the shit out of Spider-Man. At least in some comics. But like this one, I feel like in this one, Venom's like the game's gonna start off with you fighting Kraven, and then Venom's gonna come by to challenge Kraven. You're gonna step in between them, and then you're gonna be fighting both of them. But you're gonna team up to fight Kraven. I don't know. I hope at some point the symbiote fuses with Spider-Man, so you get that black suit.
Well, which one?
Peter Parker. Not Miles Morales. He doesn't get Venom suit.
What if he does?
Be pretty. I mean, if he does get it, then I would hope he gets corrupted by it, and then you have to fight him. That'd be pretty cool.
Maybe. I don't know, man. Maybe it's just me, but I feel like every single bit of Spider-Man media, ever since Into the Spider-Verse, has just been Into the Spider-Verse. And this is like turning into that. Where it's like, it's not just about like following the story of one Spider-Man. It's about how many Spider-Mans can we fucking fit into one piece of media.
Well, I mean, like in the Spider-Man comics, that happens constantly.
I know. I just mean more so like that's like before this, when it comes to other depictions of Spider-Man in media, the movies, the games, like, a lot more of it. It was usually just you focusing on one specific Spider-Man throughout, like even like Spider-Man 2 game or the old Spider-Man movies. The ones with Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire. Those ones were those ones usually just had to focus on one specific Spider-Man. But now, ever since Spider-Verse proved to be like a really popular idea, now it just seems like every piece of media is trying to just stuff different versions of Spider-Man in all these different places, and they don't really necessarily have to be. I'm hoping it doesn't turn into that with this game, or it's like there's like 4 different Spider-Mans fighting for the limelight.
There's only 2 Spider-Mans now.
Yeah, but I mean that can multiply.
Listen.
Multiverse.
I hope if they're gonna do that, they better not do that until like 2 more games ahead.
They better not do a period.
I mean, technically, if you want to get technical about it, Venom's probably Spider-Man number 3. If you get to play, you could probably get to play as Venom in this game. I'm gonna imagine.
Nah.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't think so.
I have a feeling
you might be able to play as Venom when he's fused with Spider-Man.
No. Imagine
not Venom itself.
Imagine they replace the MJ segments from the first game with you playing as Venom. That would be sick. And I feel like they're gonna do it. Like you're just gonna have segments where you get to fucking roam around and fucking wreak havoc as Venom.
That.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I mean, another thing that I'm hoping they do in this game is they finally introduce Green Goblin.
Oh, for sure.
In the first Spider-Man game, you see the Green Goblin gear. So maybe, once, his son doesn't break out, because Harry has a symbiote around him. We don't know if that Venom is going to be Harry or if it's going to be originally Eddie Brock. They're on good terms, but whatever.
Green Goblin, he's nuts.
If he goes crazy and breaks out, his father's like, okay, I need to contain him. I got these things, which are made specifically for the symbiote. So he goes out, helps you, but I hope they introduce, because so far, Kraven, Venom, hopefully they introduce Green Goblin. And maybe some other people. You can kind of just leave Taskmaster out. Well, that was a side mission Taskmaster thing.
Taskmaster's awful. Taskmaster's terrible. I don't like Taskmaster. He's boring.
You only say that because Avengers made Taskmaster.
No,
But
because everything Taskmaster has been in for the past 5 years has been Taskmaster being mid.
you're mid.
That's true, but I can admit that.
Like when you take a character as Taskmaster, like in the comics, there's actual deep stuff about Taskmaster. Movies and games are just like, yeah, fight him.
I learned to do something and I'm the best at it. Well, if you learn to lose, you get really good at that too, actually.
Yes.
But yeah, I'm definitely very excited for Spider-Man. Just like I'm excited for the fact that Insomniac Game Studios just seems to be the Marvel PlayStation Studios now, with Wolverine being getting its own game. Yeah, so.
I mean, they could have really brought in some real money if they made a Black Panther game, but you know, it's whatever.
This is what I mean, though, right? Like, here's the deal, right? Instead of having, and I genuinely hope they do this, right? Where Sony can just get the rights to all of these different Marvel games, instead of it being split between all these different devs. Where, you know, they can have a studio working on Spider-Man, they can have a studio working on Wolverine, they can have a studio working on, I don't know, like a Captain America game, they can have a studio working on a Thor game that's actually good.
Thor,
yeah, and then they make an actual Avengers game. If there's any company that I think could make a good Avengers game that actually symbolizes what the Avengers is supposed to be, not even just Insomniac. Yeah, Insomniac. Yeah, it's like, but they have to build to that too. And if they can get Insomniac to work on all these different Marvel IPs to eventually just make an Avengers game, that would be amazing, because like they could just have a continued Marvel universe of video games that has continuity, where we have these characters that we can genuinely follow the stories of and understand and relate to. Because right now we just have Spider-Man, and I guess we're gonna have Wolverine now. But like, I mean, I don't know, like the designs for Miles Morales and Peter Parker are leagues better than the designs of anything out of Avengers or the Guardians game, or like,
oh, you can't say that.
Or Midnight Suns.
Coming till the fall next year.
Who gives a shit?
I just mean in terms of like the actual designs of the characters, just at their core.
Yeah.
These characters look much more iconic, actually have like distinguishable features, and are voiced by people who actually have credibility, who we can actually, you know, like relate to and do a good performance of the characters that they represent. Yuri Lowenthal carries his role as Peter Parker, okay?
Wait, listen, all right? Kamala Khan was voiced by someone.
Hey, Kamala Khan was the only good thing about
Avengers. I mean,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, she definitely was. But my point is, like, you know, you don't have that level of you know, like, just care, but into all the facets of that game, versus with Spider-Man. And I have no doubt that Insomniac will do a great job with the Wolverine game, because that's something I feel like we've desperately, like a franchise that has so much potential to make a great impact in video games that hasn't yet, is Wolverine. Like, we've never gotten a good Wolverine game.
It was like an X-Men game.
A Marvel Ultimate Alliance.
Yeah, so like,
but not the third one. Not the third one.
No, but yeah. So I mean, like, just having a Wolverine game in and of itself is going to 100% help. You know, like, just move forward. You know, you know, Marvel shit in the video game industry. With this said, because we don't really know much of anything about the Wolverine game, because they just showed a splash screen and a title card, and that's it.
Wolverine drinking.
What would you guys want to see Insomniac work on as a Marvel game next? If you pick one brand, pick one character or franchise.
Kamala Khan.
You're lying to me. Actually, tell me what you think.
Kamala Khan. I want to see a Kamala Khan game.
You want to see a Miss Marvel game? Okay.
Yes.
Tom.
So you have to think. I would want it to be something like X-Men related. I don't know which member of the X-Men I would want it to be.
Or just an X-Men game.
Or I mean, an X-Men game would be cool. Shit, what the hell's her name?
Mm-hmm.
Rogue
Rogue would be alright, yeah.
I'd be down to see a Rogue video game.
Mm-hmm. So,
what about you, Zach?
Yes, thank you for asking. So, my number one would probably be, I think I want to see a Daredevil game.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be behind
a Daredevil game, I definitely would either want to see that, a Punisher game, or a the third one would probably be an actually good Deadpool game. One of the three for sure.
Okay, it's like Daredevil. No, Max Payne.
Max Payne.
Max Payne is the Punisher game, and a good Deadpool game. No.
Yes.
Sounds a good. I'd be down to a good Deadpool game.
No.
A good
Deadpool. You meant Black Panther, didn't you?
Listen, I feel some bias coming from that corner, Tyler. Is there something we need to talk about?
Make a Shang-Chi game, you cowards.
If they made a Shang-Chi game, that game would be ass.
I mean, I don't know, man. With how successful that movie's been, it might not be that far-fetched.
Aquafina, the game.
God, shut up. Shut up. Don't ever say that ever fucking again. No. No. Get her out of here. Petit. PlayStation wasn't talking to you. Shut up. I said Patooey and listen to me.
Okay, what else do we have to even talk about anymore? I don't know, Tyler. They showed off that Vampire the Masquerade Battle Royale game.
Patooey.
I was just looking at it like at first I was just like, I don't want to fucking play this, but now it looks a little bit better.
But now I really don't want to fucking play the game.
I mean, it looks a little bit better, but it's also a free-to-play Battle Royale game. I'm going to try it. I don't think I'm going to play it for an extended period of time. It just looks... It looks like it's going to be wonky or just a little bit... like pushed more toward a certain clan's power or something. It just doesn't look balanced enough. I'm still not sure. I'm waiting for the PS5 beta to come out, then I might try it, but I'm still iffy on it. And it's funny as hell because the website for Bloodlines 2, they just stopped updating the website. They said some updated stuff. Oh, this is update. It's coming in 2020. They're about a year late with that update, and the thing still says update's coming in 2020. So I don't know what they're doing over there, but
that's fine. Yes.
You know what I am looking forward to? Them new Rugrat Heelys that I bought.
Rugrat?
Oh, yeah.
Rugrat.
I mean, Fortnite won that lawsuit against Apple. And I have Captain America Heelys now, so I mean...
Well, you know what we actually didn't talk about last week? So I've been talking about how Sonic Colors is mid as a meme every podcast now since pretty much the first one. And now Sonic Colors launches and it's an abomination of a fucking video game. It's also pretty mid too, but you know, that's beside the point.
Play it, you fucking coward. Fucking play it. I dare you.
I don't want to play Sonic Colors.
I will buy it for you so you stream it, you absolute hooligan.
Only if you buy the Switch version. The broken Switch version. But
you'll get whatever version I give you. And you're going to stream it.
But yeah, Sonic Colors is, you know, it's a disaster, which I think is pretty funny. Because, like, it really did not, like, it didn't need to come out like that and prove my point to every Sonic fan in the world that this franchise has gone to hell. But, you know. But you still have Sonic fans on the internet, like, defending it. It's not that bad. I can still see, kind of.
See, kind of.
Oh, my God.
It's not that bad. It's not that good either.
It is that bad. It's actually kind of worse. No, you're right. It's not that bad. It's worse.
Hellblade 2 actress puts her chin on a toilet plunger to help game look realistic. I just read that. And I
Okay,
figured we
podcast over. Nice chat, guys.
It was sponsored by Healy's. Go get you something.
We had such a great time today with all our friends.
Yes.
All our friends who wear Heelys and are sponsored by Heelys, and if you don't go buy a Heelys product today, you'll be a little less cool than you are right now.
You know, Steve from Blue's Clues came back and apologized to me before my dad did.
Well,
look at you. Look what you've become. I'm sitting here depressed eating corn chips in my room, Steve. Thank you.
Yeah, okay. Well, podcast, woo, yeah, okay. See you guys next week. Bye.